Oh, it just gets worse and worse. Where is Sarah Ferguson now, do you know? Because I've read reports that she's in the United Arab Emirates and broke. I've also read reports that she spent a month at a luxury Swiss resort that cost $25,000 a day. And it's a resort that she has promoted before. Here she is.
The £16,000 a day Swiss clinic is gone. In its place, a remote £100 a night lodge on the wind-swept coast of Ireland. While the world was glued to the news of her ex-husband's February arrest, Sarah Ferguson was quietly executing a tactical retreat. The private accounts are frozen, the royal safety net has been shredded, and a new mountain of leaked emails has just turned her entire brand radioactive. She once called a monster a legend to protect her image, but in 2026, there's no image left to save. As she hides in plain sight at a budget seaside spa, one question remains. Is this a temporary getaway, or is it the final chapter of a spectacular fall from grace?
You often get these trips for free.
How could
I think
Sarah Ferguson do that?
Well, I mean, people are mad. People were upgrading her, giving her free freebies, until pretty recently. And in some ways, you think that the spa has got an enormous amount of publicity because of her visit there. So, there's probably some method in their madness. But yes, she's in the Middle East. That's the one place where she still carries some sort of respect. And she's busy trying to get money off various rulers there.
The Swiss Alps have a way of hiding the world's most expensive secrets, but in 2026, even a £16,000 a day fortress of wellness couldn't stop the bleeding. For weeks, the trail led to the Paracelsus Recovery in Zurich, a place where billionaires go to disappear. But while the press was looking for Sarah Ferguson in the lap of extreme luxury, the reality was shifting beneath their feet. The gold-dusted air and soul-rewiring therapy of the elite was suddenly out of reach. The money hadn't just slowed down, it had stopped. Suddenly, the Duchess of Doom narrative took a sharp turn toward the wind-swept, rugged coast of County Donegal, Ireland. Imagine the shock of the locals seeing a woman who once shared palaces checking in to the Ballyliffin Lodge. We aren't talking about private wings or royal suites anymore. We're talking about a standard room for £113 a night. That is a 99% drop in status overnight. This wasn't a vacation, it was a tactical retreat. In Mayfair, £113 barely covers a decent bottle of wine, but in Donegal, it buys a hiding spot in plain sight. Sarah was reportedly trading the high society spotlight for coastal walks and quiet corners, desperate to stay off the radar while the York brand took a direct hit to the hull. But why the sudden obsession with privacy? It wasn't just about the shrinking bank balance. It was about what was contained in a fresh mountain of digital evidence that was currently being unsealed in a US courtroom. She wasn't just running from the bill, she was running from her own words. And when those private emails finally hit the public domain, the legendary status she tried to protect would become her greatest nightmare.
Now, in your book, you devote some time to his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, and I just wonder whether she's in danger as a world-class grifter as well, because the emails of Jeffrey Epstein show her acting absolutely appallingly, and not just on the sensational stuff, helping to set up meetings between that pedophile and her own goddaughter, for heaven's sake, and also her own daughters, and telling Epstein of another woman that you may marry her too, she's single, she has a great body, okay, well marry me and then we'll employ her. But then again, there's the financial links, with one email from Epstein saying he'd supported her financially for 15 years, Andrew.
In a newly surfaced exchange from April 2011, Sarah reportedly begged for a job as his house assistant because she desperately needed the money. It's a jaw-dropping look at how thin the line was between royal status and total financial dependence. She wasn't just a friend, she was a petitioner, seeking a paycheck from a man the rest of society was rightfully shunning. And then there's the P-word email. In a calculated move to salvage her image, Sarah allegedly told the financier that she did not and would not call him a paedophile in private, claiming her public distancing was purely to protect her own brand. This is the disgusting truth that has left the public reeling in 2026. It suggests that the outrage she performed for the cameras was a hollow script, while her private loyalty remained unshaken. But brands built on secrets have a way of imploding when the lights come on. As the public realization sank in that she was more concerned with her marketability than the victims, the financial guillotine began to fall. The Sarah Ferguson brand she fought so hard to protect, it didn't just take a hit, it completely vanished from the corporate world. And as her income streams began to evaporate, the true cost of her loyalty was about to be tallied up in a courtroom.
Sarah Ferguson is a material witness to the sex trafficking, to what was going on in Epstein's home. She was often a regular visitor there, and she should certainly be testifying to the Senate. But there's also HMRC, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, should be looking at her. The Companies Act, I think she broke. The charitable laws, charitable things that she broke running her charities.
When the 2026 Department of Justice dump revealed Sarah's private loyalty to a convicted financier, it didn't just ruin her reputation, it detonated her entire financial world. If you want to know why she is currently hiding in a budget-friendly Irish spa, look at the wreckage of her business empire. In a single week this February, 6 separate companies linked to Sarah Ferguson were officially wound down or entered the process of being wiped from the registry. We are talking about the total liquidation of a brand. The list of closures sounds like a checklist of failed ambitions. See Phoenix Events, Fergie's Farm, La Luna Investments, Solar Moon Ltd, Philanthropreneur Ltd, and Planet Partners Productions. Each one was an attempt to bridge the gap between royalty and commerce, and each one has now been demolished. But the real financial cliff edge came just days later. Sarah's Trust, the global charity she founded with such fanfare to help forgotten women and children, announced it would close for the foreseeable future. Think about the timing. Just as the emails surfaced, the ones where she reportedly discussed financial desperation and begged for jobs from the financier, the platform she used for her public image was pulled out from under her. Corporate sponsors who once tolerated the drama have finally seen enough. They aren't just distancing themselves, they are running for the exits. This isn't just a quiet retirement, it's a total dismantling of a professional life. Without her charity to act as a stage, and without her companies to funnel her activities, she has no official income left. She is essentially a private citizen with a very expensive history and a circle of friends that is shrinking by the hour. But as the business empire crumbled, a much darker reality was unfolding for the man she had spent decades protecting. While Sarah was counting the cost of her closed companies, her ex-husband was facing a countdown of a different kind, one that would end in a police cell on his 66th birthday. The £16,000-a-day luxury of Zurich has been replaced by the biting wind of the Irish coast. And for Sarah Ferguson, the cheap life isn't just a travel choice, it's the only choice left. As the 2026 sun sets over Donegal, the woman who once nap-dated the halls of Buckingham Palace is now navigating a standard room in a 4-star lodge. It is a striking, quiet end to a decades-long attempt to balance royal status with a philanthropreneur lifestyle that has finally and perhaps permanently collapsed. The Donegal retreat is a metaphor for a world that has shrunk. The 6 companies are gone, the global charity is shuttered, the legendary friends have been exposed. For Sarah, staying at £100 a night hotel isn't just about discretion, it's about a new, stripped-back reality where the titles are gone and the bank accounts are no longer overflowing. She is a woman on the edge of a new chapter, one where the public is no longer buying the plucky persona, and the safety net of the crown has been pulled away by a king who is prioritizing the survival of the institution over the survival of the family. As the investigation into Andrew Mountbatten Windsor deepens and the digital trail of those leaked emails continues to haunt her, Sarah Ferguson is left with the one thing she can still afford: silence. The 4-star spa in Ireland might be the most honest place she has stayed in years, a place where she is just another guest, waiting to see if the storm of 2026 will finally wash away what's left of her name. In the end, the most expensive thing she ever lost wasn't the money or the mansions, it was the trust of a public that once rooted for her. And as any traveller in Donegal will tell you, once you're lost in the fog, it's a long, cold walk back home.